Let's head down to our local hardware store and grab a 3-inch pipe that's 2 foot long. What I need to do is cut this in half. Easy to do since it's 2 foot long. We're just going to make a mark at the 12-inch line. I can use any type of saw, skill saw, or anything like that. I have a Sawzall and it works great. Just cuts right through. Now the ends of these might be a little rough from the cut. Just take a little bit of 80 grit sandpaper, rub it all the way around, and it'll smooth it right out. Now we're going to need 3 different sizes of drill bits, large, medium, and small. Start with the small drill bit. We are going to go randomly around the pipe and drill holes. You will see from here what kind of pattern you're looking for, and that pattern is no pattern. Pattern is bad, random is good. We're just going to go all up and down drilling holes. Don't cross the halfway mark though. Once you get a good amount of holes in there, it's time we're going to switch over to the medium drill bit. Starting in the middle, with the medium drill bit, we're going to go ahead and drill out the holes a little larger. It's easier to do because we've already drilled it with the smaller drill bit. Switch to the largest and drill out a few of the small holes on the bottom. So as you can see, as we start to paint, we got small, medium, and large. Now with the paint, it covers pretty good. You want to go small little bursts. If it takes 2 or 3 coats, that's better because then you won't get too many runs with the paint. Once you get it all covered up, it's going to look really good. Make sure you get the inside too. Let's let that dry, and now I grab some little Jenga pieces from the dollar store. Go ahead and get some wood glue and put it on the bottom. Use this scrap piece of wood that I have, and I'm going to glue these down. Now, these scrap pieces of wood are a little bit longer than the pipe, and it's going to do great as a spacer. Once we get it all glued up, I'm going to take some black spray paint and paint this wood. I'm only going to go, though, with 1 coat because I want the grain of the wood to kind of come through a little bit. When it dries up, you'll see that it doesn't give it a complete coverage. My only problem, though, is the solar lights that I'm going to use. They're actually a little bit too small, but I've got a solution. Take some hot glue, and again, I got some rope from the dollar store. I'm going to go ahead and glue that on the inside of the pipe at the top. Now, just keep wrapping that string all the way around, and it's going to glue in there great. That's going to be our little barrier that's going to hold our light in. As you can see, it holds firm. All we have to do is drop the light in, and look at that. It fits perfect, and it's flush with the top. Now it's time to take that board we painted, turn it around, and we're just going to put a mounting hook on the back. Just one simple one will work since it's lightweight. Now, once everything is dry, we're going to take some hot glue, put a good amount on both of those little Jenga pieces that are sticking up. We're going to take our pipe, center it, and go ahead and push it down firmly. It's going to hold up really nice. This is not going to be a problem. Now with the solar lights, you click the button and watch this. When it's dark, the light comes on, as you can see from this example. Mount the light, drop in the solar light, and it looks great just sitting on the wall. But when night comes, look at that light up. Just amazing how the light goes down the wall and it also shines through the holes. It does a great job welcoming our guests and family as they arrive at our house late at night. I love how these solar lights turned out, and I hope it inspires you to build your own DIY pipe solar lights. My wife has a cozy little spot outside that she likes to sit, and I think I can enhance the area. So I headed down to a local Dollar Tree, and the whole goal of this project is everything has to come off the shelves. So I grabbed some rope, some clear bottles, and some cool little lights that are actually have a little light bulb, but they're fairy lights. First thing I want to do is take the hook off the top of the light. We need that for later, so we're just going to set that aside. Next, we're going to take the bulb off. This is something we don't need, but be careful taking it out. We don't want to damage the light. Next, we need to take the actual light mechanism and pop it out. It's real easy to do. Just give it a push and out it comes. Again, be careful with the fairy lights. What we need to do is paint this cover. And I'm going to paint it the same color as the chairs that are outside. Remember, it's always good to give it a little bit of a light coat first. If you need to add a second, go ahead. Now on the bottle, we have a cork here. We can go ahead and just remove that. The clips come out. We don't need that anymore. So let's toss that away. Next, I grabbed off of Amazon a bottle cutter. It's only $20. It's got a little score mechanism on there. So what we're going to do is you put the bottle on the rollers and you go ahead and start turning it. It's going to score the bottle, which is give it a little line. Now, what you want to do is hear this noise. That means you're cutting right through the bottle, but it won't cut all the way through. So what it's going to do is going to show you a little cut line on there, but next, what we have to do is get some water boiling. And then right next to the water, we're going to stick some in cold water, and we need it super cold. This is how we separate the bottom of the bottle. Now, stick the bottle in the boiling water for a good 30 seconds. Once you got it in there and it's heated up, immediately go ahead and put it in the icy cold water. What happens next is amazing. It's going to separate along the score line, and look at that. Perfect. Takes off the bottom and you got a nice flat smooth line. The next thing we got to do is go ahead and put the lights back through our painted cover and clip it back on. Add a little glue if you need to, it should go right on. Now grab a mason jar, and that's going to hold our bottle upside down. What we got to do is take some E6000 glue and place it around the edge. Now I'm not going to put it all the way, just in 4 areas, because what I want to do is take some hot glue and put it in the areas I didn't put the E6000 on. That's going to hold the cover in place while the glue is drying. So once we got the hot glue on there, kind of hurriedly, we're going to stick the lights inside the bottle, set the cover on top, hold it nice and steady while the hot glue dries. Then the other glue will dry at the same time. Then we're going to take that rope, and the cool thing about this rope is it's got a little bit of a metal in that holds its shape. So stick some hot glue on the neck of the bottle, let that hold, and then we're going to start wrapping it all the way around the neck. This is going to give it a nice cool design. Go up the neck as far as you want. Once you get to the end, go ahead and stick some more hot glue on there. This will hold it in place, and then you can go ahead and trim the excess off once it holds in place. And then take this extra twine that you have left over, and we're going to put it through the hook on the light. Go ahead and just put it through, have a little bit of extra laying over, and kind of like we did with the neck of the bottle, we're going to just twist it right around. Give it a kind of nice, cool little look. Now it's time to go back outside. I went ahead and added a second chair, grabbed a stump for a side table, grabbed some of her favorite homemade lemonade, and started hanging the lights. I made 3 of these and we put them up, and what I did was light number 1, light number 2, and light number 3. And it made a perfect summer afternoon. Go ahead and pour you guys some lemonade. It was a great and wonderful night, and a high five from the puppy proved that I did a good job. I scored some points on this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. I sure did. And we can't wait to see you again on Home Talk.